Mishkan Mordechai in Avot UBanim. The prizes. Here's the rabbi here to explain what's going on. Amazing.
How's everything? Shabbat Tov. This is basically our shuk that we have for prizes for kids that come every single week. They come to pray. They come to learn. These are kids that are connected to the Torah, but in such a sweet way. And they get to have prizes afterwards. And they're able to quote unquote buy their prizes from all the time and effort that they put into it. So
amazing.
To all the donors and
let's
Michael.
check it out here. Yeah. Let's see what they've got here, friends, over here. Let's check it out. What they've got over here. What prizes? Wow. What they've got Playmobiles here. What an amateur. People have been learning for many, many months, so they collect these raffle tickets, and as a reward at the end, they look at the prizes that they've got here. Well, look at the prizes here that they've got. Skateboards. They've got different games. Aeroplane. But look at the different prizes they've got. Look at what they've got. So many expensive prizes. 250 shekel for this one. And there's footballs over here. This is all, friends, in the city of Shemesh, in an area called Mem Shalosh. This is tonight. Some amazing scenes. Look at different prizes they've got. Some of these are very expensive. The more tickets someone has, the more prizes they get. So obviously, with the very expensive prizes, which will be worth, let's say, even 300-400 shekel, you'll need maybe like many tickets. But then you've got like cheaper prizes, which require less tickets over here. So obviously, if people are coming the whole year for this Avot UBanim, for the father and son learning program, obviously they can accumulate huge amounts of tickets and win huge prizes. So it's up to the person, basically. Let's check it out over here. They've got Playmobil also. This is a Kotel Maravi, but so the Kotel, the Western Wall, a puzzle on that, amazing. They've got a darts game over here. And they've got some smaller prizes also. See, this is very cute. But they've got this prize of it. It's a power and the other small one. So if people come only a couple of weeks, they'll get that. What a nice synagogue. You can see some Moroccan Sidurim. You've got the whole tractates of the Gemara over here. We've got books of the Code of Jewish Law, Shulchan Aruch. It's a nice synagogue itself. Let's check it out. It's after Shabbat, so it's probably not as tidy as it will be. There's friends during the week. Also during the week, there's a kollel here where they are learning rabbinic exams also. And the connected to Rabbi Mordechai kollel. It is, so that's amazing. Let's just go outside and share a couple of words for a minute. As you can see, the atmosphere right behind. Let's just go outside here, get a bit of a night scene, share the importance of what is Avot UBanim, friends. Avot UBanim, it's when a father learns with his son. It's usually optimum time is on Shabbat to learn together what they learn during the week. They get, in the schools over here, they get something called a Daf Kesher. And it's a summary of what they learn during the week. You know, it depends on the age of the person. If someone is very young, maybe they learn very basic Chumash. If they might be already 12, 13 years old, they're already learning high-level Gemara at that point in time. So the father or the person that's taking care of them would learn with them and sit with them and question them on the tests that they've got for the week. That's what it's based on in of itself. it's the months are short, the days are shorter at the moment because we're obviously in the middle of the winter, so Shabbat goes out earlier. So hence, because of that, many people on Motzei Shabbat, after Shabbat, would actually learn the Avot UBanim. They'll do it on Motzei Shabbat as opposed to during Shabbat itself, just because of a time reason. So that's why. But in the summer, usually they would learn it definitely during the Shabbat itself because it could finish. Especially in Israel, 8-ish or something like that. Even if you go outside of Israel, like in America or even in England or a place in Scotland, it could finish as after 11 o'clock. I think if in Norway, if I'm not mistaken, Shabbat could even finish after 11:30 or something. So a very different. But it's actually written. I think there's sources in the Torah, the importance of learning on Shabbat itself. And what's the importance of learning on Shabbat itself with our children? It's the next generation, so we want to imprint with them Torah. And they say, I was reading the Yalkut Yosef, Jewish Torah law book, Rav Obadiah Yosef had compiled, and Zecher Tzadik Libracha. He wrote down Shabbat is given to learn Torah, especially if someone is not learning the whole week, someone's working, someone's got so many different responsibilities. Some time should be spent on Shabbat itself to study Torah in depth. And what better way than to actually learn with the next generation, with one's children, and to imbue them in Torah learning over here. So we can go back inside and see the last bit of action of the different prizes that are giving over here. We will conclude over here in a second. As you can see, look at all the prizes. And they do a raffle also just before this market there is over here. So there's a raffle where they give 3 prizes away for the people that have come this week. It's amazing, friends. Wow. You can see this is something like worth about a few hundred shekels easily. Amazing, friends. Have you enjoyed the atmosphere? And everyone have a great day. Take care, friends. Shavua Tov. This is the shul itself. Amazing prizes. They've got footballs here, basketballs, and so on and so forth. Amazing. Wish you all a great day.